they want to play.
Well, speaking of Battleground, we're ready for it. Game number 4, Fnatic clings to life here as they get a victory, but Leftovers still in the lead 2-1, and we are going to Towers of Doom. Fnatic with the choice of map. Leftovers will have first pick.
I love this series. And I'm a very happy Panda that we're at least getting 4 games. I want it to be a 5-mapper again, but if this is the last one and we get the same quality of game again,
Yeah. At least you went down with a couple of punches, Fnatic, if you do lose
I would
here.
be fine with it too, but this is a great series. This is everything that we've been hoping for, everything that people anticipated. Great series, and I'm sure that people back home are stoked as well, because so far that has been insanely entertaining.
The crazy thing is the excitement of this series has the potential to go to a game number 5, and if we actually get to that game number 5...
Again, for the 3rd time in a row if it happens.
I've been trying not to take off my shoes during cast because you got upset once, but I'm taking my shoes off if we go to a game number 5.
All right.
You have to deal with it. The hype of a shoeless cast. Will you shoeless cast with me?
I mean, dude, you see so much cheese coming in here. If I get a bit of a whiff of it here in the studio as well, that's absolutely okay.
Such a butthead. All right, out with their band out.
I'm just repaying you in kind. You started the tab stuff earlier.
I'm impressed with your dab. It's a slight comment. It's infamous for a reason.
Look at that. Garrosh ban. Leftovers reacting, saying, hey, Breeze, we're done with you.
Yeah.
Screw you.
Diablo band.
Yeah, immediately Fnatic saying like, you know what? Tank bans 2 can play at that game.
It's like a kindergartner fight. Oh yeah? Well, you can't play Diablo. Got him. Genji, though, comes out.
Yeah, they leave Genji open. It's an insta-pick. Fnatic gets the Tyrande again. Do they want to?
They've been playing her a lot here.
Yeah, they really like
3 games in a row.
3 games in a row, exactly. Muradin with Tyrande.
Yeah, especially on this map. Oh, I love Muradin on this map.
More so the wave clear. Do you look towards a Johanna? But I would love a Muradin and Tyrande rotation on there.
I think they need to bring the fight to Leftovers. If they can find a small edge here and there, just a couple of sappers.
Oh, Urel open. Ah, nice.
After the Method series, just forgot Urel's a character.
Yeah, they banned her out so much, and especially with... yeah, you're right. Method yesterday banned her the entire time. Today, she was banned all the time. So yeah, Urel exists as well. And now for the first time we have her, so they don't even go into a tank. It's actually interesting because right now you have a chance for Leftovers to ban Johanna or Muradin and pick the other.
Yeah.
But that would still leave, for example, a Nubarak open. And Nubarak and Urel is a really good comp.
Oh my.
Well, there it is. Muradin is being chosen. Dehaka is being picked as well. And there's a good chance that they're going to ban out Johanna.
So if you're Fnatic, what are you thinking about for a ban? Do you look at support here that you're worried about? Maybe look towards lane, take out that Decker Cannon he has available to him?
I mean, immediate question, right? Like, what do you yourself want to play? You pick that and you ban the other. Tyrande or Deckard Cain. Then again, Leftovers haven't really played too much Tyrande, so you don't know, is that worth a ban on from your perspective? Well done. I mean, DAV is killing it in Gul'dan.
Yeah. Let's play it in the past against RJ Hammers. The corruption stacks are easy to stack up. And you can get horrified too.
That's the one now that I'm looking to it. Do you feel it's worth it banning Johanna here? Because I'm not so sure. Yes, they banned Tyrande instead. I'm not even sure if you would pick Johanna in this case right now. I think she can definitely fit in that comp, but you can play that with an Nubarak as well.
Sure.
There's definitely, like, Urel allows so many other frontliners to really shine that normally have a tougher time staying alive by themselves, so I feel like she's such a fantastic pick. And there's even a Tyrael coming in. You have the shields, you have the armor, and Breeze on Tyrael has always been really powerful.
A lot of disruption comes in, but the strength of the front line still for the Leftovers is quite strong. Very robust between Muradin and Dehaka. Urel will have to put in a little bit of extra work there, making sure to land that armor you get at level 4 on top of our teammates. Deckard Cain coming out for Linked, per usual. And our final pick, looking for a little bit more damage here. DAB, what are you going to pull off, dude? Is this a Tracer? It is.
Whew. And Uther. Uther on the last pick, getting the stuns in. Able to mitigate the pulse bomb with the Divine Shield.
Yeah. Also, if you really just want to lock down Genji, there's always that Benediction and Divine Storm. It's a stretch, but it's always fun to talk about.
But you're playing against a Genji and against Tracer. Against both of them, Uther is great because he has those stuns that he gives you, and he also has the potential to use a Divine Shield to simply lock to just save a target. So I feel there's a lot of good tools here. Hammer can be great against Tracer, But then again, it's DAB, and we know how much damage he really does. But they left it open here.
Yeah.
You know, they had the choice between banning trade. They targeted on the third ban DAB. And they looked at this and they said, okay, we're going to ban out Gul'dan against him. But you're playing on Towers of Doom, and if you have done any homework, and we heard them say, hey, we prepared only for the leftovers, then you know that Tracer is a huge tool for him on this map. So they said, going into this, we rather deal with Tracer, we feel our trap is good for it, than deal with the Gul'dan who can hit us with a Horrify and threaten Sergeant Hammer even more. So, deliberate decision on their end to deal with the Tracer instead, and yeah, let's see if Fnatic can pull it off and if we are getting a 5th map out of this series.
I don't think they can. Tracer DAB, I told you yesterday, I will never vote against that guy. And you have Lakitni now on Genji, who is able to find kills in game number 1 against the Sergeant Hammer composition. Fnatic is definitely playing an uphill battle.
Main on Li Ming, Breeze is playing on Teal, Shrimpy on Sergeant Hammer, Smexy on Uther, and the last hope for Fnatic is Urel.
On the right, Boss into Haka, Mopsio on Murden, DAB on Tracer, Kidney on Genji, and Link on Deckard Cain.
Spicy games today. Can we just get both of them at BlizzCon?
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Blizzard, please.
We'll make a phone call.
Yeah, we'll make a phone call. That's how that works.
Wave clear begins. Boss will go to the top lane. Typical thing you've seen with the Dahaka as you build up that essence. Ooh, but Shrimpy already in trouble in the bottom lane as Leftovers looking for a kill.
And they find it. Shrimpy goes down. Breeze a bit too late to help him out here, so Smexy even riding that little rocket here. Early game kill. Doesn't really do too much. The experience lead is going to be negated in a second once this wave is soaked. But Leftovers already establishing the presence on the map. And of course helping with the stacks on Murden. I mean, let's face it, it's before Siege Tactics, so...
That's the only time she's vulnerable as a character.
Yeah, pretty much.
Although her latest changes have definitely been helpful.
True.
Mr. Lutano yesterday experienced that. Speaking of Lutano, congrats on Team Freedom getting that reverse sweep yesterday.
That was pretty fantastic. Like, that was well done. Yeah, it's one team that made a reverse sweep happen, right? So Fnatic is going to try and pull a bit of a Team Freedom here today.
I mean, it's not a playoff without a miracle run, right? With something happening to throw everybody off. Already, Sapper counts begin, though. And we'll see Fnatic starts theirs on the left side. Leftovers doing the same, even bringing Murden down just to make sure they can anchor.
Can you imagine being one of the players right now? I'm sitting here and I'm nervous just watching it, and I don't even have any stakes in this.
Because the thing is, too, is like if you don't win this, you have, what, 2.5, 3 months to think about your mistakes?
Yeah.
And those, of course, get compounded when you're watching BlizzCon. I mean, Mana talked about it in the past when he doesn't go to large events. It really gets underneath his skin a little bit, thinking about all the mistakes and what he could have done better. It's hard.
DAB already making his moves here. Just rushing around, Breeze trying to chase him, creating a little bit of space, always using the Eldruins as an escape path. Level 4 talents are in for both of the teams now. So far we don't have any objectives spawning just yet, but that's going to change in a second. But yeah, early game already. Both of the teams doing well here with Leftovers, even getting that kill against Shrimpy.
One thing that Fnatic can try to focus on is trying to get these waves pushing out as much as they can. Leftovers with their drafts, although they have heavy kill potential, don't have the best wave clear besides
Last
Dahaka.
hope at the top lane was actually trying to get the mercenary camp, and we saw Dahaka waiting in the bush, attacking him towards the end, and Last Hope let it go. He moved away from it, and Dahaka moved in. Last Hope didn't know if there's anyone else rotating in, so he rather gave up the camp than risking falling.
It's pretty big, too, because now, with that being pushed in, Dahaka can look to be annoying towards Urel, and Genji can rotate between the top and the bottom lane. There's enough poke here for Leftovers to slow down the bottom ult from being grabbed, so Leftovers can go for 2 here.
Yeah, interrupted the top left is already happening. Li Ming now rotates in as well. And here comes Linked. Looks like a 2-for-1 trade for the Leftovers if they play their cards right. But Smexy is able to get close enough. Last Hope channels the top left. And now the fight for the bottom is starting. Leftovers haven't really been able to do anything here. Nice pushback by Shrimpy. Once again, the combo from main at the side. Here comes Last Hope diving in deep. They're going for Boss. He gets body blocked and completely isolated. Deckard trying to keep him alive. The kill attempt against Dahaka, but they cannot get him.
Wow, the potion's coming in at the right time. Genji was pushing in the entire time as well. Fnatic with a surprise rotation down to the altar. Looking to start the channel. did not get it because they were looking for the kill, which means Genji now shows up.
But Genji's low.
Yeah, he is.
And they are zoning them as much as they can. Mopsio is jumping in deep. They're trying to go for Shrimpy. Here come the roots. Mopsio is low. Shrimpy moving away from it, but Muradin is in so much trouble, and he might fall, and indeed he does, as Mena confirms the kill.
Fnatic now can turn around and grab that altar. They're looking to grab this early lead. DAB comes in for possible auto attack, finds it on Smexy, who can't get the altar, but Genji, again, has been soaking this entire time. Got that Tom Flight pushing in, so Yrel eventually has to head on over.
Yeah, this isn't over yet by a long shot. Yrel needed to go top lane. They were starting to lose experience. You can see it on the XP board. Leftovers already with a level 7 here. So again, the attempt to channel, but interrupted once more. Boss is being attacked. Genji actually going onto the altar right now, and he gets it.
Wow. All said and done. Kill comes in for Fnatic, but Leftovers are able to grab the extra shots. They go up 36-32.
It was the top lane. Pushing the top lane out and using the global earlier before the Haka came in really helped them to force Fnatic to give up the altar. Fnatic got the kill, but the interrupts were always there, and Fnatic had to rotate eventually because of all that pressure topside. I mean, it was the right choice from Fnatic's perspective. They need that experience more than they need those 4 shots.
Yeah. They just thought they were going to get more on their first initial engage, and they thought they would get the 4 shots, especially with the Sergeant Hammer setup and finding a kill on Mopsio. Just so much displacement / annoying attacks from Leftovers were able to delay that altar. And
Divine Steed is going to help.
Yeah,
a
definitely.
lot. The rotations are going to they need to be so quick here later on.
So Yrel will be looking for the double soak, and that means the rest of Fnatic can group for the total of 4 and help push out these sappers. But Mopsio is thinking about coming in for a wide flank with the help of Genji. And if they pick one target and all 3 can jump on said target, they can definitely clean it up. Mopsio comes in, gets a Storm Bolt.
16 is going to be super powerful later on. Especially for Fnatic. Both teams are going to get great talents on that tier level, but for Fnatic, the control through Benediction Uther is going to be absolutely insane. Also the Giant Killer. Once that in the game, Mopsio has to be so careful. But he has established himself as one of the best tanks in Europe, and it really shows. We see, I mean, game 1 in particular was the tank battle for me personally.
Boss just used his Brush Stalker, so that's going to be down for what, another 20 seconds here. But if Leftovers can delay, they can look to get both these altars. Usually you'll see a 1-for-1 trade between teams.
I mean, experience still fine, but now the global aspect is gonna happen. That's the top side the Haka can burrow down. Divine Steed, again, is going to be super important. That's another great talent where you can at least buy a little bit of time. Talking about buying time, linked already with the interrupts against Smexy's channel. Same is happening in the mid lane against Genji.
So now Dahaka's starting to peel back, and this will proc Yrel to start rotating towards the middle, especially with that level 10 about to hit for both teams. Both teams just waiting for 10. And Leftovers gets it, but Fnatic will be right behind him.
No burrow. Not yet. The Haka still in the mid lane. Stormballs. Liming is channeling the middle. There is a Genji though, and immediate damage attempt against him. The Kidney jumps in deep. He needs to be very, very careful here. X strikes away as the 10's on play.
Mane was trying to get the kill there. Dropping down the wave of 4s. Big drag connects right onto Yrel. Ardent Defender comes out. The Pulse Bomb will heal him up. That's a big cooldown down.
Not a single ult has been taken just yet. Leftovers have given up the bottom. The rotation is there again. Divine Steed all day, every day. So much value at this point, and he should get the channel this time.
Yeah, there it is. In the middle, Link's going to go for his channel, trying to get a few shots, but Breeze is here to delay.
Breeze is already delaying. At the same time, the Haka starting the channel. Link gets interrupted.
The Mopsio with the Stormbolt holding their front line here as Breeze drops the Eldruin.
Once again, the poke happening. Drag not hitting.
The Kidney keeping up those auto attacks. Last up jumps in, but Boss has a drag.
Breeze still looking for the interrupt, but they can't get it. Good zoning from the Leftovers, and Link gets the channel.
Link gets the channel, and a few shots come in. Leftovers continue to have a small lead. It's only 4 points, but it is a lead.
It is a lead, and they also have a bit more experience. But we didn't really see a full commitment in that entire fight. Fnatic just said, hey, we don't have the position here, guys. Let's let this go. Don't fight here. We can fight later. They don't want to give Leftovers too much. Close game so far.
Ooh, Switcher comes in. Mopsio thinking about going for the invade, but Fnatic has all 5 down here, trying to buy some space for Dahaka, who's pushing that top lane. Constant sapper control from both these teams.
Mena was absolutely psyched today. He was like, hey, I feel good. I am going to carry. And he has a hero where he can do that right now. He's going to look for those resets. He's going to look for the Calamity, for the setup. But so are the Leftovers. Mopsio is looking for the Stormbolts. They're going in for Shrimpy. The Pulse Bomb connects, but the Stormbolt doesn't. The siege tactics doing work here. And that attempt to take the backliner down has failed, at least for now.
If I'm Shrimpy, I am sending Smexy a fruit basket after this series. He stepped up and ate that Stormbolt. Sergeant Hammer popping the siege tactics a little bit too early, almost got picked off. But Smexy with the smallest of plays and make sure that he survives.
I mean, you know Smexy. He doesn't want a fruit basket. He wants a monster.
Okay, we can send him a monster. A nice flavored one. Strawberry tea is probably favorite.
Ooh.
Okay, 2 ultras, one on the top left, one on the top right.
Muradin already waiting at the top. They're trying to bait out Urel. Blake Kidney is there too. Last hope. They have to be in telling him, like, go back. Retreat, play it safe, wait at the bell tower, don't engage. Schwimpy at the bot lane is very much alone too. It's all about vision right now. You don't know where Mopsy is, you don't know where Blake Kidney is. They finally see him, and they're trying to move him back so that all of the mercenaries go in. Nice move by Leftovers, really like it. They're controlling the space, controlling the movements. Once that they have the mercenaries close to the bell tower, they show Genji, and they are pushing Urel back so that they get the full value.
Man, he pulled back. He didn't think Breeze was going to eat that Stormbolt. Potty Boss over here on the side goes in for... Oh, that's going to be a BFG use.
Yeah, interrupt. They're trying to fight for both. Breeze has an interrupt available, uses it. All right. First one taken. Leftovers will have the earlier 13. They have it. Leftovers have 13. Fnatic is not willing to give this up without a fight.
Stormbolt comes in, lands. Ardent Defender gets used, but Kenny with the damage. Sanification used too. Can Mopsio start to walk out?
Mopsio's trying, but yeah, both of the ults used at the same time. Divine Shield used as well. Fnatic has to back off here.
They have to. Body Boss gets the channel.
Yeah,
there we go.
Overlaying the ults from Urel and Tyrael definitely was the end of the fight. Immediately. You use both cooldowns to save the same target at the same time, and you know you have to back off. And then the second the Divine Shield come out, you know this is just the time to retreat. This is not the time to fight anymore. But I'm surprised in the first place that Fnatic actually is thinking about fighting there. Normally at this point in the game, with such a small difference in points on the core, teams are absolutely willing to trade 1-for-1.
Sword of Justice picked up for Tyrael, looking for a little bit more mobility in these fights. No Holy Ground coming out. Gonna be looking to work on these sappers. Leftovers actually invading here. Tyrael cannot step up here. If you have a Holy Ground, maybe you consider going for that. But he just wants to protect Schwimpy and try to clear up these sappers while Schwimpy works in the auto attack. But Leftovers looking hungry to get these in, want to break open this bottom wall. And they're slowly opening this map. With that top left fort in trouble, Urel's on double duty to protect every wave.
Quick damage comparison. Tracer is the top damage dealer for the Leftovers, 17,000 damage against 34,000 from Sergeant Hammer. Schwimpy has twice the damage at this point.
But still only 1 kill apiece for each team.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the defensive players that we have for Fnatic are absolutely great. You have the Ardent Defender, you have the Sanctification on top of the Divine Shield. So there's so much where it's tough to get a kill if you're the Leftovers. You really need to play around those cooldowns, try and bait them out first, and then go in for a second attempt to kill the target. It's really tricky, especially with also siege tactics being available for Sergeant Hammer. It's really, really rough. And you know it's one of those games where the first kill in the team fight can snowball everything.
2 in the top lane, defending against these sappers coming in. Ooh, a drag there to make sure that Urel can't clear that up as Dahaka trying to get that pushing forward. But now Dahaka with that global pressure can come down here and try and force a fight if Leftovers want to attempt to grab this altar. BFG comes out for a delay while Mopsio on the front line is taking a bit of a beating.
Liming against Genji. Here comes once again the push forward. And the top has now been taken. 5 bell towers in favor of Leftovers. That taking the mercenaries at the top side and escorting them in over and over again finally is paying dividends. And look at the experience. It's a massive lead for the Leftovers. They have 16. They're trying to go for Breeze. The pulse bomb doesn't take him down, but he's not the only one. Schwimpy's attack too barely gets away, but Fnatic is definitely on the back foot now. 19 points on the core against 28. And they're also a level behind and a bell tower. Fnatic is in trouble.
Then getting spicy here. A couple of times he's dropped down that wave of force, trying to go for a full combo.
Mopsio.
Stormbolt comes out. The siege tech keeping alive, though the Sank also used too. Tornado popped out.
The 16 emboldening the Leftovers. Immediately trying to force these fights. And Fnatic paying attention. I mean, they are keeping themselves in this game right now. But that top control that we see through Dahaka is absolutely... It's crucial. It's so crucial. It's really one of the main things that makes the Leftovers just so aggressive right now and allow them to be that emboldened. And they go for the boss too. Fnatic, they need a big fight on 16. They need to win a team fight. There's just no other way.
Yeah, Sanification being used too in that last fight just tells Leftovers they can do whatever they want on the map. If they want to go for an objective at all, they decide to go for the boss and get 4 shots.
Rotation.
Next big moment here is going to be the 3 altar phase, but Platypus comes in from behind, eats some damage, Mopsio jumps in, goes for the Stormbolt, but misses.
The Stormbolt is dodged. Stormbolt is dodged and the damage comes out. They're in a corner here, but they are willing to fight. They have the Benediction now. They have the 16s. Breeze on 16 straight went into the Burning Halo here. They're trying to get that extra damage out. The wave clear, pushing those lanes back. Fnatic has realized, guys, we cannot just simply sit there and take it. We need to force fights. Nice siege tactics from Shrimpy. Perfectly timed. Frame perfect to make sure that Mopsio Stormbolt doesn't connect, and the Tornado already thrown out, 2 by linked.
The Leftovers are wanting to force some fights here because they want to keep Fnatic in this general area. They have the ability with the mobility they have between Genji and Dahaka to rotate over and start working on these altars. And instantly, when the second hit 0, Blakitny is right on top of this altar. He's getting an additional 5 shots for his teammates. Will put Fnatic down to 10, while Last Hope is just hoping he can get the top left corner.
It comes down to the bottom 5. Fnatic is down to 10 points on the core against 28. They need to win this one out the bot lane here. Jack comes in, Breeze, the Sanctification saves him for now, but he is low and they are in trouble. He knows it too. The Divine Shield is still there. They still have that available, but once again, Mopsio is eating the damage. The Giant Killer on level 16 on Sergeant Hammer's side is really working in the damage points against Muradin, and he is struggling.
DAB right now trying to build out another Pulse Bomb. Shrimpy holding this altar while Breeze begins the channel. Divine Shield is available if Fnatic wants to try and force this.
They're going straight for him again, but once more the siege tactic. Mopsio Stormbolt not doing anything. They might give this one up. They're already low.
BFG!
What a BFG! And down goes Tracer. Ooh, super unfortunate for DAB. He would have survived, but then he recalls right into them and they take him down. They take the bell tower or the altar. They want to go for the bell tower too. They want to get a couple of more kills as well, and they're going for Mopsio and they find them. They take him down, and this is the moment that Fnatic needed to build up a bit of momentum. Leftovers, can they withstand the onslaught that is now coming down to them?
Exactly. What can Fnatic do with this moment? They have Sappers to take right above them. They can send Urel straight to the mid lane, start soaking up. They take an experienced lead. They just want to make sure they take this map over and eventually start working on that bell tower on the top left.
What an unfortunate moment for DAB. The BFG comes out and he sees it and he tries to recall. The BFG still hits him though, and he survives. But the recall pulls him back into Fnatic, and they just turn around and just hit him over the head. Tracer falls, and that's the beginning of the end in the team fight for the Leftovers. And now Fnatic. They go through the bot lane with the Mercenaries. That's another 3 hits that they should be able to get. How much more can they accomplish here? It's 4 bell towers for 4. 10 points on Fnatic's side against 19 on the core of the Leftovers. The leading experience for Fnatic. Can they try and take another bell tower? It's a 5-on-5 on the map again. It's a play for 20.
Leftovers are hoping that they can bank on this bell tower they got in the top left corner. They get 2 Sappers in, trying to maybe get a 3rd in. Mane trying his best here to clear it up. Last Hope should be able to help out with that. Mopsio even coming over just for good measure. And finally, it gets cleared up. So 8 shots on the core of Fnatic. Leftovers have 2 things they can do here. Either A, just focus on that bell tower and never let it fall in the top left corner, or B, try to take down the corner in the bottom right. But with Sergeant Hammer sieging up, this is typically a spot that you're not going to break. So they may have to just funnel straight through the middle and force a fight.
3 more shots. 8 to 16. That's what it comes down to. And Fnatic has the earlier 20 if this continues, without a big loss on any side. But this is the Leftovers. They're trying to go in. There are, of course, 2 bell towers on each side. One on the left, one on the right, and Leftovers just let it go. What a decision by them. Not fighting. Just saying, guys, we can't fight there. We have no retreat path. They can go to the left, they can go to the right, they can tap at the fountain. We can't do anything here. So Fnatic gets the 1 bell tower, the 1 altar for free. It's 8 versus 12 right now in points. And Fnatic has the slight experience lead. They will have the earlier 20. But Leftovers have their Haka.
They have Dahaka, and they also are fighting against the Sergeant Hammer composition, so they go to a different route. They go straight to the middle here against Last Hope, and they want to work on grabbing this bell tower. It'll put down Fnatic down to 3 bell towers, their core being the one that gives them a point as well. But Leftovers grabbing this to give them experience, and at least maybe pull Sergeant Hammer back. They want to get her away from that area, but if Fnatic stay true here, they can continue to hold the Sapper camps.
Again, the aggression, the wave of force comes in, and Leftovers get the bell tower in the middle. They get this one. 19, nearly 20 for Fnatic. Leftovers still a bit behind the experience, but not by much. And it's a 4-point difference when it comes to the core HP. Boss gonna be up soon as well. Boss in 6 seconds. You win a team fight, you can win the game.
Oh my, 20 connects, 19 3/4 here for Leftovers. Stormbolt connects here on top of Sergeant Hammer, but nothing too crazy, not trying to force this fight.
They go for boss right away. They have the 20 and they're saying, like, this is what we can get. Go for the boss, take it now. and make sure that we are on exactly the same amount of points on the core. But this is the moment when the leftovers say, hey boys, we go bot lane, we can take back our bell tower.
Fnatic has climbed back. We are tied up.
We are tied up, but look at the map. The leftovers control the map. That's the problem. Fnatic is going to get the bell tower in the middle back, but they will still be behind.
And that'll be 5 shots for the leftovers. It's not game ending for Fnatic, but puts them down to 3 shots. Sapper's also being grabbed here by leftovers, or at least starting it. Mopsio comes in to be a barricade on this choke.
Mopsio misses the Stormbolt. Choke point, super important right now. DAB already getting in position on his Tracer. They're trying to move around. Last hope, looking for that jump. They interrupt to the BFG, and they're starting to go for it. This is the fight, 20 versus 20. Everyone looking for an isolation. Link is low, drops the Tornado. Sanctification being dropped as well.
Bottomless lasso. The heals are available for the leftovers, and they're getting set up. There's 5 down now.
Absolutely, you're so right. The bottomless blast is such an advantage. They're trying to zone them out. Look how low they are. Link is low, DAB is low too. Fnatic is looking for some engage, but they have little that they can use right now. They try to create space, control it with Sergeant Hammer.
Body Boss gets caught by Lasso up in the bottom right. Tyrio goes in, puts out some damage, but Link trying to dissuade. Mopsio comes in.
Shrimpy, they go for Shrimpy, and they can't take him down. The isolation misses. Portibos misses the drag. They're trying to go for last hope right now. Arden defenders immediately getting popped on the backline. Link is already low. They're going for him. Mena wants the kill. He doesn't get it. Tracer turns around, and Mena falls.
And DAB is going to be looking for some more, too. Working on those auto attacks. Link making sure everyone is nice and healed up. The Tornado comes out for the 2nd time in this team fight. Breeze dancing around, but he's starting to get low on mana.
Mena got a little bit too aggressive there. They were in a great spot. Mena thought he can get the kill and can go out with a reset, but he dies, and now leftovers are gonna go for the channel. That's gonna be 5 points. Fnatic will be down to 3. They need to wait for Mena. It was so close. Mena nearly gets that kill, and if he has the reset, he can move away, maybe even get the 2nd kill in, but he's a bit too deep, and then DAB is ready for it. If they fall here, Divine Shield comes out, another cooldown burn as they're waiting for Liming to come back.
Yeah, but look at the map. The middle of the map, a huge wave already pushing in towards those bell towers.
Yes.
Fnatic's last stand will be down here on the bottom left. Sappers are pushing in. Leftovers are trying to come in and force a fight. They find it, Stormbolt. It's going to be on top of Shwimpy. The scroll comes out too, and Shwimpy gets popped.
Shrimpy gets popped, and now they're trying to see if they can get another kill. Shrimpy down, a staggered death. This is the worst case scenario for Fnatic. It can't get any more difficult than this. 3 points on their own core, and Alter finishes the game. The boss finishes the game. A camp at the bot lane finishes the game. And leftovers are trying to go for the endless barrage. They're bursting the middle down.
They're going to at least get one here. Fnatic in the top left is trying to clear up this bell tower. It finally will fall. One shot flies across the map, and Fnatic goes down to 2 shots on their core. And leftovers, they are prepping for the win. Sapper's being grabbed in the bottom right corner. That's 3 is me pushing
They
it.
got the Haka. They have the global. Leftovers, they have the macro game. They have the macro advantage. Look at this, they're even saving this one. They want to time it. They want to time it with the altars. They want to set that up. But it's the bot lane. It's the bot lane spawn. Fnatic needs to get this bell tower back.
They're trying to. Mirror ball coming out. Mopsio coming in the zone a little bit. Doesn't want to kill anybody. Just wants to keep them back so they can keep the bell tower.
Here.
5 seconds he'll be up. He'll have the BFG. He can shoot across the map if he needs to.
Leftovers is so close to go to BlizzCon. 2 core HP is currently all that they need to take down in order to go to BlizzCon. They're trying to. Fnatic is pushing in. Hammer on the way. Alter spawning in too. They're going in deep. Mena on the run. Last hope providing a little bit of space for him. Shrimpy is trying to stop the mercenaries. He needs to. He's the one who can stop them right now. And at the same time, everyone else is already low.
Sank.
Breeze.
5 seconds, the guy interrupted there. Breeze in trouble having to back away. Mana's trying to find a kill, but he gets the X-Strike away, and Mana gets caught 2nd time in this game where he tries to find a reset
Breeze
and can't get it, but Breeze going for the channel. He gets stopped at the last
That's
second.
it. It's
3
game.
are down.
It's game. It's
Leftovers.
Game. Leftovers. They go in. Breeze is again going for the Sank. They're trying to find the kill. Only 2, 3 against 5. They're trying somehow to turn it around.
They can't do it.
It's impossible.
There's no way.
Shrimpy goes down. He's dead. Leftovers go to BlizzCon. This has to be it. Breeze about to be exploded as well. They kill everyone. It's a team wipe as the leftovers start the channel. The leftovers have done it. Fnatic goes down in the 4th game of the series. Towers of Doom, the final map as the leftovers claim victory. They sent Fnatic packing, and the leftovers will go to BlizzCon 2018.
Everyone was cheering on for Fnatic in the last couple of weeks, and Fnatic was on a huge roll to be able to go to BlizzCon. They have been looking great. They were 6-1 in the last 7 matches, but Leftovers are here to make a statement. And boy, did this weekend did they make a statement. They are destroying anyone that gets in their way. Mane, so many times trying to go for that last-second kill, but Leftovers says, no, we got each other's back. Our teamwork is impeccable, and because of it, they'll be going to BlizzCon as our 3rd representative.
What a fantastic team, and what a great play by them. The fight in the middle where Mane, as he's looking for the kill, is taken down by DAB was really what finally put the big dent into the armor of Fnatic. Up to that point, they always came back. They always looked like, okay, now they're maybe trying to come back into this. They might take the initiative here, but it's the kill that DAB finds on his Tracer again.
Every
and
time.
Says, just before Mane gets the reset, drops him, and then Fnatic has to give it up. They find that fantastic stagger death against, kill against Shrimpy shortly after. Just as Mane is about to come back, another 60 seconds where they are 4 versus 5. And that's all they needed to set it up, to take those bell towers, claim the map. Fnatic was in such a horrible position fighting for that bottom altar.
Yeah.
You have bell towers to each side, and they had to make it happen somehow. Nearly find a kill against Genji. He gets away underneath the bell tower, X strikes away, no kill. And then they just get